In relationships, we often find ourselves confused and disheartened by mixed signals. One minute someone seems deeply invested in you, and the next they pull away. If you've ever experienced this, you may be left wondering, why would someone who truly cares about me ignore me or act distant? What does it mean when someone shows affection in ways that don't quite align with your expectations? How can you navigate these mixed signals while safeguarding your emotional well-being? Understanding the deeper reasons behind such behavior is crucial in both respecting your own feelings and finding clarity in the relationship. The complexities of love. Different expressions and expectations. Why do people show love in such different ways? For some, love is communicated through words, sweet messages, and verbal affirmations. For others, actions speak louder than words. They might demonstrate their affection through thoughtful gestures, helping with tasks, or providing practical support. However, these different styles of showing love can sometimes create confusion. If you're someone who values verbal affirmations, you might interpret a partner's quiet acts of service as a sign of disinterest, when in fact they might be showing love in a way that simply doesn't match your needs. This discrepancy can lead to misunderstandings, leaving you feeling ignored even though the other person may truly care. Patience and understanding are essential when navigating this gap in communication. Rather than expecting others to express love in ways that are familiar to you, try to open your mind to their unique ways of showing affection. By understanding their love language and sharing your own, you create a more compassionate and effective way of communicating your feelings. This mutual understanding can transform your relationship dynamics, allowing both parties to feel seen and valued. The fear of losing independence. How it shapes behavior. Imagine that you deeply care for someone, but you fear that being too close will cause you to lose your sense of self. This fear is more common than we often realize, and it can play a significant role in how people behave in relationships. When someone begins to pull away, even though they clearly care, it might be due to their fear of losing independence. They may be worried that becoming too emotionally involved will compromise their personal freedom, identity, or ability to make decisions freely. This fear is often unconscious, driven by past experiences or deeply ingrained beliefs about relationships. As much as they care for you, they might need space to process and reconcile these feelings. When faced with this situation, it's important to give them room to navigate their emotions while focusing on your own self-worth. Allowing space doesn't mean you don't value the relationship. It simply means acknowledging the other person's need for autonomy. By respecting their boundaries and maintaining your own sense of independence, you both can continue to grow as individuals, ultimately strengthening the relationship. Personal struggles. How internal battles affect relationships. What happens when the person you care about seems distant, but you know nothing has changed between you? In many cases, the cause of their withdrawal has nothing to do with you or the relationship. They may be dealing with personal struggles, mental health challenges, or external pressures that are weighing heavily on them. When someone is battling with their own internal issues, they might seem aloof, distracted, or disengaged. However, this behavior is often a reflection of their own emotional turmoil, not a lack of interest in you. It's crucial to approach these situations with empathy and understanding. Rather than taking their distance personally, try to offer your support without pushing them to open up. Sometimes people just need time to sort through their feelings before they can re-engage in the relationship. By showing them that you're there for them without expectations, you create a safe space for them to heal and return to the connection when they're ready. Recognizing that their struggles are not about you can help you navigate these difficult moments with grace and compassion. The challenge of consistent availability. How it reflects investment. One of the most painful experiences in any relationship is the feeling of being neglected or abandoned, especially when you need someone the most. If someone is consistently unavailable, it can signal a lack of genuine interest or investment in the relationship. A partner who truly cares will prioritize being there for you during difficult times. When they are always too busy or unavailable, it creates a sense of insecurity and emotional disconnection. Unavailability is not necessarily a sign that they don't care. It could be a sign that they are not prioritizing the relationship or aren't emotionally invested enough to make time for you. A healthy relationship requires mutual effort, and both parties should be available to support one another when it counts. If you find yourself always waiting for them to make time, it may be time to reassess the relationship and consider whether it's meeting your emotional needs. Commitment in a relationship is reflected in consistent effort, care, and presence, especially when it matters most. Inconsistent actions and words. The danger of broken promises when someone's actions don't align with their words. It can create a sense of instability and insecurity in the relationship. Promises without follow-through are a significant red flag. It's one thing to say you care about someone, but it's another to demonstrate that care through consistent actions. If someone continually promises to be there for you but repeatedly fails to do so, it erodes trust and creates emotional turmoil. The inconsistency between words and actions can leave you feeling undervalued as you begin to question whether their care for you is genuine. When faced with this situation, it's important to address the discrepancy directly and have an open conversation about your concerns. Communication is key to understanding each other's expectations and to determining whether the relationship can evolve into something more secure. However, if the inconsistency continues, it may be time to reflect on whether this person's actions align with your emotional needs and value. Lack of interest in your life. The importance of mutual investment in any healthy relationship. Mutual support and interest in each other's lives are essential. If someone doesn't show interest in your goals, dreams, or daily experiences, it might signal a lack of investment in the relationship. When we care about someone, we naturally want to know about their ambitions, challenges, and personal growth. The absence of this interest can indicate that they are not as committed to your relationship as you are to them. A lack of curiosity about your life can also reflect a broader disconnect in the relationship. For a relationship to thrive, both partners should actively support each other's growth and well-being. If your partner seems disengaged from your goals or disinterested in your accomplishments, it might be time to reassess whether the relationship is balanced and healthy. It's important to feel supported in your journey, as the foundation of any strong relationship is built on mutual care and respect for each other's individuality. Avoiding future plans. A sign of uncertainty or lack of commitment. Have you ever found yourself trying to discuss the future with someone, only to be met with hesitation, avoidance, or vague responses? This avoidance of future plans can signal uncertainty or a lack of commitment to the relationship. People who are emotionally invested in a relationship are typically eager to discuss shared goals, long-term plans, and dreams for the future. If someone avoids these discussions or seems uninterested in making long-term commitments, it could indicate that they are not as fully invested in the relationship as you are. While it's natural for relationships to evolve at different paces, consistently avoiding discussions about the future can create insecurity and doubt. Healthy relationships require both partners to share a vision for the future and to make efforts toward building a life together. If this is not happening, it might be time to have an honest conversation about your needs and whether your goals align. Conflict avoidance. The silent relationship killer. Every relationship faces challenges, and it's normal for disagreements to arise. However, what happens when one person avoids resolving conflicts altogether? When someone dismisses or avoids addressing issues in the relationship, it signals a lack of emotional investment. Conflict resolution is an essential skill in any relationship, and avoiding it can lead to feelings of neglect, frustration, and resentment. If your partner refuses to engage in discussions or dismisses your concerns, it can leave you feeling unheard and unimportant. Healthy relationships require both partners to be willing to face challenges together, communicate openly, and work toward solutions. If conflict resolution is avoided, it's important to consider whether the relationship can grow in a healthy and sustainable way. when reaching out is only convenient. A sign of imbalanced relationships require effort from both sides. If someone only contacts you when it's convenient for them, or when they need something, it creates an imbalance. A true partner should show up consistently, not just when it suits their needs. If you're always the one reaching out or making the effort, it may be time to reevaluate whether this relationship is one-sided. Mutual effort is the foundation of any meaningful connection, and it's important to ensure that both partners are equally invested. If you find that you're constantly the one initiating contact or taking the lead, this imbalance could leave you feeling undervalued and emotionally drained. Stoic wisdom. Protecting your self-worth and inner peace. The Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and sense of self-worth, especially in the face of external challenges like mixed signals. Instead of trying to change others or seek validation from them, Stoicism encourages us to build our inner resilience and maintain our value regardless of how others behave. By practicing Stoic wisdom, we learn to protect our emotional well-being and stand firm in our worth, regardless of the signals we receive from others. In relationships, it's essential to remember that you cannot control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. By focusing on your own growth, self-respect, and emotional resilience, you can navigate mixed signals with greater clarity and confidence. Conclusion: recognizing your value and moving forward.